Hello guys. Today we're gonna talk about Black Widow. This one's definitely still in theaters for sure. Um, so yeah, a little bit about this thing here. This one came out this year, 2021. It's rated PG-13, and it's 2 hours and 14 minutes long. It has 6.9 out of 10 on IMDb with about 108,000 user votes. It has 67% on Metacritic with 276 critics. It stars Scarlett Johansson, we know, and a bunch of other Marvel stuff. And also a Florence. Uh, is it Pug? I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure. I hope I. And she was also in. Jeez. Yeah, computer's being weird. She was also in Midsummer. That's what she was in. And the movie was directed by Kate Shortland, and she also worked on. What else did she work on? Internet slow. All right. She also made Lore as well. On Rotten Tomatoes, the movie has 81% by critics with 376 critics and 92% by audiences with about 5,000 user audiences. The critics' consensus on this is Black Widow's deeper themes are drowned out in all the action, but it remains a solidly entertaining standalone adventure that's rounded out by a stellar supporting cast. The audience says Black Widow serves up another savory helping of the blockbuster Marvel formula, with a fun family dynamic adding extra character development in the midst of all the action. Now, they say that despite the action, but to be honest, the action here is actually really, really good action. There's a lot of great action. Like, there's some fights where you literally feel the impact. It was, like, super cool. I think the biggest issue I have with this movie is the bad guy. And not who you think I'm talking about. Like, I don't have a Taskmaster thing I kind of have an issue with because it's kind of hard to really say why because of spoilers. It's not the twist. There is a twist. It's not that. It's not that. It's the problem with Taskmaster is they don't use him as often as they should have. And to be honest, there's not enough fight scenes in this. And there's a slight pacing issue because there's a lot of action in the beginning. Then there's a little cool down kind of middle-ish, which is normal. But then when you get to the climax, it's kind of a mix of the cool down and the action. It's a very weird blend. And to be honest, the other big bad guy that's kind of the boss or whatever, he's not performed by an unknown guy. He's performed by a guy most people I think will know. But the problem I have with him is that here he's not, we don't see him at all in the other parts of the movie. We don't get to know him at all except for the climax and like a string of like a long scene and a climax cut between things going on somewhere else. That is it. And it kind of bothers me a little bit because we're supposed to like despise and hate this guy, and we kind of do because he does despicable things, but we don't know him. And if you look at all the other Marvel movies, they don't do that. We always know who the villain is throughout the film. It's not some big kept secret. And the thing is that there's not even a big twist associated with this guy at all. It's just it kind of bothers me a little bit because to me it's like, and the thing is, he's not performed badly. And to me, as I may watching it may not bother me as much, but to me, they sacrifice a lot of the action and the climax for me for this part. To be honest, despite the great action scenes, I feel like there's not enough action. I feel like there's just a missing action scene or two. I don't think Taskmaster and Black Widow get enough screen time against each other. And to be honest, I feel like they kind of put this movie in an odd place given everything that's happened in the MCU and everything. Because you got Black Widow to a point where people wanted to see more movies of her than, of course, if you don't know, then watch the Infinity War and Endgame right now. Her death, and now, you got, and then you had all that momentum. That movie's gonna come out. Then a year passes, and that momentum's kind of got into a weird place. So now you got this movie that's probably not going to get any more than this one, which is a huge shame because the supporting cast in this film is amazing. I love the supporting cast, and of course Scarlett Johansson is great as usual. And it's the first real flashback movie to take place in a previous part of the MCU storyline, which it doesn't bother me, but it really puts the franchise. It's like they tried their damnedest to make sure that this movie does not get a sequel. Like they put so much in it to be like, okay, this is not going to get a sequel, even though everyone wants more Black Widow. We're not going to get it, and it's just like, how do you continue here? The only way you can continue is if you just somehow just decide to say fuck it and bring her back for more movies, like through some comic book mischief, which would be fine. It's comic book world. It's just, I almost wished, not only did I kind of wish the movie kind of came out originally in the original timetable, which, oh well if it didn't, but I almost wish it came out like when it took place within that phase, because I feel like they kind of painted themselves in kind of a thing where it's just like we got this world and these characters, but we're not going to explore it anymore. We've established this world and this is it. It's kind of like that Incredible Hulk film from early MCU, only it's like they pre-chose not to continue it after. And the thing is that at some point it has to be acknowledged that not every MCU film or franchise is going to get 3 films. Some are going to get more, some are going to get less. It's just the way some of these stories are. They're not going to get these kind of 3 film structures. I mean, I wish Incredible Hulk got 3 films, even though, even with the recasting and everything, I kind of wish they got more than 1 film, but oh well. I guess at the end of the day, the film itself is solid. There's not really a whole lot to complain about other than I just mentioned. I feel like they just kind of, when they were going to release it, I feel like this just shows how rebooty Marvel, like how much they're starting over Marvel is, because it feels like, because there's 2 strong guys, the brothers, I forgot their names, that really helped carry the franchise at phase 2 through 3. They're gone now, and I feel like the MCU they're still solid, they're still united, but I feel like they're still have to get everything tip-top shape again. Like, it really is a rebuilding of the storyline that's going to drive them, not just through 1 phrase, but like 3 again. That's like another 10 years. That's crazy. And their Phil's film back is, I don't mind that it's this film, but the fact that you're starting your phase off cinematically with a movie that takes place in the previous phase and there's not going to be any follow-ups to it just feels a little weird to me. It's kind of a weird way to start. I almost wish, I don't know, I like this film, but it's not perfect. It kind of feels like more like phase 1, 2 stuff, where they're still kind of figuring out their rhythm a little bit. It kind of feels like that a little bit, but goddamn, this movie was funny. It had some great humor and some great action when there was action. It got too talky toward the end, and they don't do a good enough job exploring the villains. Like, they really needed to polish up the villains, and they needed to do that. I feel like they kind of dropped the ball in the villain department, which is a very Marvel phase 1 thing, because they were doing so good with villains for a bit, and they needed more action. It's like they didn't instead of like spreading the villain info out throughout the movie, they crammed it all in one specific part, and it just really kind of feels like, man, you should have. I'd rather have them split it up slightly with everything, and then have more action splicing, because it just doesn't feel. I know she's a spy at heart, but come on, more action, especially between Natasha and Taskmaster. I felt like that was a missed opportunity there. Although when there was some, it was good. It just needed more. It's just. But yeah, overall, I still like this movie. I still like it a lot, and I would watch it again in a heartbeat. It's a Marvel film. It's solid. It's good. It has all the stuff in it that make it good. There's just little things in it that feel like kind of stand out to me. But overall, it's a solid film. I definitely recommend checking out in theaters. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching. In case you want to chat with me, Mike, or anyone else at the Campy Company, you don't want to use the YouTube comment section, we do have a couple options. The first one is we have a Discord channel. You can find a link to that on About page / About section of our channel. We also have a discussion tab in our channel as well. You can access that through a PC or laptop computer. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the videos, and have a good day.